Welcome back. In this lesson, we're going to create an AWS account. Now, we do have something called the free tier with AWS, so we don't need to pay to create the account, and we get a certain amount of resources that we can use without paying anything. Now, I'm calling this the management account because later on in the course, we're going to use a service called AWS Organizations. When we use that service, we can create additional accounts and form a hierarchy, and we can use that for various benefits. Now, when we do that, this account will be known in organizations as the management account. It's also where we're going to create our identities, our main identities, the users, the groups, the roles, and so on. So that's why I'm calling this the management account. Now let's see what we're going to need to create the account. Firstly, you're going to need a credit card. So you need a credit card or a debit card in order to be able to set up the account. Now we will try and avoid any bills. We'll use the free tier as much as possible, which means that we can use a certain amount of resources and not actually pay anything for using them. We will set up a billing alarm as well, so that if we accidentally leave something running and it's going to cost us money because we leave it running too long, then we'll get a notification to let us know if we exceed a certain dollar value. The next thing you'll need is a unique email address. So you do need a unique email address for each AWS account that you create. Now, if you're using Gmail or you're using Office 365, then you can use something called dynamic aliases. This has been around in Gmail for a long time. It's new to Office 365, so you need to check with your admin to find out if it's available or not. It does have to be enabled. Now, what this means is if you've got an email address like john@example.com, and example.com could be an email address, a custom email address on Gmail or on Office 365. What you can then do is take the first part of your email address, John, use a plus sign, and then add something unique after it. So in this case, DCT management, and then @example.com because that's your domain name. You can create multiple aliases this way. So we could then create our DCT prod account, and we can just create that as a dynamic alias using John plus dctprod@example.com. And all emails that go to these addresses will end up in the john@example.com mailbox. We then need to supply an account name. The account name doesn't have to be unique, but we will create something called an alias that we can log in with later on. And I like to keep mine consistent. So mine's going to be DCT-management. You should change yours to something unique. So perhaps change those first three letters to something that's unique to you. The last thing you're going to need is a phone on which you can receive an SMS text message. So as part of the process of signing up, you will need to verify that you are who you say you are. They do like to have a phone number on record. So you'll get sent a verification code and you'll have to enter that into the setup wizard to create your account. So that's all we need. We can go over to a web browser now and start setting up our account. I'm on Google. I'm just going to search for AWS free tier, hit enter, and the first option here is Amazon Web Services start with a free tier account. So let's choose this. Now you'll find that there's always free. So there are some services or some amount of usage that's always free. You get 12 months free when you create the account for certain services. And then sometimes there's some trials which are enabled as well. And you can see some of the examples here of what you're going to get with your free tier. So you get 750 hours of EC2 per month using a T2 micro or a T3 micro instance. And then you can see you get 5 gig of storage on S3 and so on. So there's quite a lot you can do with a free tier account. And we'll try to keep within the free tier for most of the labs within this course. So let's choose to create a free tier account. And we need to specify an email. You'll need to enter a password and confirm the password. And then we need to specify the account name as well. Once you've done that, you can click on continue. We're then going to choose the account type. Now I'm going to choose personal. I've got the full name as DCT management. And we then need to specify some details, including a phone number, address, city, state, and postal code. And once you've done that, click create account and continue. On the next screen, you need to enter your credit debit card details and confirm the address for your billing. Once you've done that, click on verify and add. You now need to confirm your identity. So you do need to have a message sent to you or receive a voice call on your phone. So in this case, what I'm going to do is simply enter my phone number and receive an SMS text message. Once you've filled out your phone number and entered the security check details, you can then click on Send SMS to receive the message. You'll then see a screen like this one, and you simply need to enter the code that was sent to you and click on Verify Code. Click on Continue, and now you get a couple of options for support plans. Now, the developer and the business plans do cost money, so we're going to stick with the basic plan here. So let's just click on Free. We then get a congratulations message, and you'll also receive an email with some details about your account. And you can click on Go to the AWS Management Console as well. We can then sign in with the root user email address that we created. So what we need to do is click Sign in root user email, enter the email address we used to create the account, click on Next, and then enter our password, and click on Sign in. And that's it, we're now logged in to the management console for our AWS free tier account. And in the next lesson, we're going to configure the account and set up a billing alarm.